Test, test. Check, check. Okay, so sorry for the audio issues. Yeah, I moved my dial plate. I took my turn. Oh, and the AI is now taking its thankfully, I don't think anyone else is watching besides you anyway, so I think we'll be just fine. So replace disabled non-ship weapon card. And it does have disabled non-ship weapon cards. First it goes down the column, which there's replace it with disabled non-weapon ship card, which it has. Yeah, so it will prioritize when there are multiple cards to replace, prioritize going up the middle, then left to right, and back to front. So it's since this is a weapon card, it ignores that, but this is a disabled non-weapon card. So it's going to I think this is a starting ship card. So it's going to take this card, the deck crane, and put it there instead. And that's the turn, I think, for the AI. So it's pretty simple. Then it draws for its next turn, which is a Styx missile card. So it's going to be doing another attack. So now it's back to me. And I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I finally drew my boarding pod, which I'll definitely take advantage of and use. It says just place and play face up. So I'm going to do that up here to illustrate that it's in play, and on its next turn, I scrap it to do some damage to the enemy ship. That means I have potentially 5 gold remaining to buy stuff. Could just go for the heavy cannon, which is 4. I'm trying to understand if I want to move ship cards around with my hauling crew, which at this point I don't know if there is value in moving anything around. I think I just used all the cards for their gold. Or I could scrap a cargo crew card with my crew coordinator. Or I could do another boarding crew. Yeah, heavy cannon doesn't help me much though, because I would need 2 arming cards to use it, and I'm not getting arming cards very often. So I'm going to go ahead and just spend all of my 5 gold that I have, and with that get a 3 gold boarding pod, and then get this 2 gold armor plate, standard plate, And that'll be my turn. So now we go back to the AI capital ship. They drew a weapon card at the end of their last turn, so they'll be attacking. Now, thankfully, because I blew up their Styx missile, they only have one weapon now. So, and it does 2 pierce damage down the middle. So, it has no, oh, oops. Well, yeah, I guess I couldn't have. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a reverse, on a turn, a reverse. So I'm gonna say on my turn, I noticed that I had nothing blocking my crew quarters, and that because of that, what I have the ability to do is just discard. You can always just get rid of a disabled card if you want. So I'm going to say I did that, and then I'm going to use the ability of my nanoplate, which allows me to move it on my turn. So I moved it in front of my crew quarters. Now fast forward back to the enemy's turn. They're going to take an attack, and now they're going to shoot my autocannon, which is better than my crew quarters. So that's the enemy turn. They look at this missile, or that's another Styx missile actually that they had drawn, which I feel this sucks because I think they actually just get to place it again. If I replace a disabled ship weapon card, yeah. So they just replace this. They replace their disabled weapon. With the Styx missile. So they literally they basically repaired their Styx missile, which isn't fun. So then I draw the card for their next turn, which is a non-attack card, so they will at least not be attacking me. Which brings me then to my turn. So I draw up 5 cards. So 1, and then I have to shuffle for my remaining 4 cards. All right, 1, 2. All right, so I got another boarding pod. Let's take care of the first boarding pod. So again, this gets scrapped, and let me do a 1 flank attack damage. In terms of what I want to attack on the enemy ship, I mean, ideally, I wanted to come through the side and get at their command deck. So I think that's still my plan. And because of that, I'm going to flip over this light plate. So that means I'm that much closer to getting at their command deck, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Now, I drew another one of my boarding pods. So I'll play a boarding pod like the last one. So next turn I'll do another 1 damage, which in theory would be against that Styx missile. And then I have a arm card, which I will prep for a future turn. I don't even have any weapons to attack with right now anyway. And then I have 3 more gold potentially to spend. And at this point, I'm tempted to go with buying a nanoplate for 3 gold. Again, if I buy a weapon. I mean, a weapon will be nice at some point because I might. But the problem is I just don't see myself doing enough damage down the middle of the column to blow up that command deck. So I think I just have to try to buy time, which means going with a nanoplate. makes the most sense. So I'm going to buy a nano plate, and then goes back to the enemy's turn. They drew a non-weapon card, so that means they're doing a reinforce, which is replace a disabled non-weapon ship card, which will kind of not. This is not good because it's back to front. So they will just take this kinetic plate, replace it, that disabled card with the kinetic plate card, and now that's unfortunately a 2 defense card, negating. Actually, completely negating what my boarding pod did. So we draw. Oops, I forgot to refill the market. Ooh, this is a unique card. This is called a Crew Augmenter. And it says draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from hand. That could be nice. So then we draw for the enemy's next turn, which is a non-weapon ship card. So again, they'll be doing another reinforce. Now I draw my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll definitely prep my weapon, my arming crew. And I can play another boarding pod. The problem right now with boarding pod is the problem with the boarding pod now is that I have to kind of change up the strategy slightly because the enemy doesn't really have many 1 armor. It's kind of protected on the sides from being blown up by 1 armor or 1 attack value weapons. So I'm not sure I don't really know what the best approach here is. Well, yeah, well, we can definitely do what we can. So I'm gonna scrap the boarding pod that I had out there to, I guess, go after the again, the going after the side I don't think matters so much. So I kind of have to maybe focus going down the middle. And then, so I'm just going to take out this center column card. It's going to get replaced anyway. So, actually, maybe that's a dumb idea because it's going to get replaced by something even stronger. So I think I'm just going to do this card. You'll see why. And then I play the boarding pod I just drew for the next turn, and then I have a standard plate I get to place. For the standard plate, I'm definitely going to replace this disabled card with the standard plate, so it protects my crew quarters from the side. That leaves me with 3 gold left to spend, and with that, I guess I will buy a card. That's 3 gold. Which I'm looking at the salvage crew. And maybe I can buy like a really nice laser with a bunch of gold on 1 turn. Or I could get a link laser for 3, but the link laser is only otherwise 1 damage, and that's just not enough. So I'm going to go with the salvage crew card for 2 gold. Put that in my discard pile. I draw another card. I have 1 gold remaining, which I will then spend to discard this Titan plate to draw another card for the market. Alright, so that's my turn. Now we go to the enemy's turn. The enemy has a reinforced turn. They go back to front in terms of repairing. Or, yeah, so they're going to actually replace this plate card with this, with the Dione plate to make it stronger. And now it goes back to my turn. So I draw 5, 1, 2, 3, and then draw 2 more. 4. Wow, what a boring hand. So first, we'll take care of my boarding pod, which goes off and damages the enemy ship. Oh, oops, forgot to first draw. So they drew another non-weapon ship card. But yeah, so the boarding pod goes off and is going to blow up something. Maybe I clear up. Gosh, I could I don't know. It's just. I'll just take out the front card. I don't know if there's really a good option at this point. So back to my turn. Or back to using up my gold. So I have 5 gold to spend. Maybe I get the crew augmenter. I feel like you because there's nothing that's 5. The best thing, there's a heavy cannon for 4. I think the heavy cannon could be a value because that's at least doing 2 attack. So I'm gonna go get the heavy cannon, and that leaves me with 1 gold, which I can use to replace something in the market if I wanted to. And I don't see why I wouldn't do that, just because I don't think, which would be the crew augmenter card actually. That's the most expensive card. So I get rid of the crew augmenter. Okay, so that was my turn. We go back to the enemy ship's turn. They're going to do a repair, or reinforce. So they repair that very front card with the non-weapon ship card that they drew. So that's simple enough. And then we draw for their next turn, which is another non-weapon ship card. So now it's like a streak of non-weapon ship cards. All right, back to my turn. I have 5 cards to... Oops, I did spend that. So I have 5 new cards to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can definitely place this nanoplate somewhere. For now, I'm thinking, where would be the best place for this nanoplate? Because right now, I actually have a lot of the weak points. I'm not protected from the side, I guess, right now on the command deck, so I could protect the side. What's nice about the nanoplate, since you can move it on your turn, you always have that option available. But I guess I'll go ahead and do that. So, place that nanoplate down. Now I have these cards remaining. And the problem now with my salvage crew is the whole point of me having... Like, my hope was I would be able to draw this and have, like, a really nice weapon available to buy in the market, which is not the case right now. So I feel like I don't want to... Oh, okay. Well, technically, I just disabled the. I did just scrap a disabled card. So, this. I guess I'm kind of using the salvage crew's ability in theory because that's 1 additional gold. So this guy gave me 2 gold right now. I don't think I'm gonna use this to move a ship card. So I'll say 3/4. And then I'm going to use this card, the crew coordinator's ability to scrap a card in hand, which is going to be this card. So that means I'm down to three gold. And in terms of market for 3 gold, I'm wondering if I get one of these plates. Yeah, I could get spend 3 gold for a sentinel plate, which I think is what I'll do. This is kind of unique because it says I can save a 1 defense ship card that's attached to it, so I could definitely see that coming in handy. All right, so that was my turn. Now we go to the enemy's turn. Well, they only have 1 disabled card to even reinforce, so they're just gonna go ahead and take care of that. And before I draw their card, I do need to refill the market because I always forget to do that. And now I refill the or then I give their next card, which is a weapon. And now I draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the sentinel, I drew that sentinel plate. That's cool. Not even sure where I immediately want to place that, but I can think about that. And then still with the salvage crew, there's no get the salvage crew, and again, there's nothing that expensive in the market right now. So with that said, I'm going to have to take a break here. I'm wondering if it's worth finishing this out because it seems like it keeps being drawn out. At this point, I'm starting to actually get some good defensive cards for my ship, and the enemy ship, meanwhile, is not really getting any kind of useful attack cards, since the Styx missile card only does 1 damage, and it was a problem at first because I couldn't, protect the sides of my ship, but now I'm able to do that. So it's kind of like we're in a situation where it's a very stagnant. Yeah, no sides really making progress. But I just don't see myself getting enough attack to destroy this enemy capital ship. Like, it's completely unscathed right now, and it's got much stronger cards defending it than it had at the start of the game. So, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Definitely like and subscribe to the other Talking Cardboard content that sites that we make. So like and subscribe to the other platforms that we make content for, which are all listed in the link tree from this QR code. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys again soon.